Mari, I have something to talk to you about.
What's the matter?
My mom is insisting that she wants to attend my promotion celebration dinner.
Oh, jeez. Seriously? My name is Mari Satoishi. I'm turning 40 years old, but believe it or not, this year I got married for the first time in my life. Until now, I was a manager at a talent agency, and I was so busy with work that I never had time for a relationship. However, the idol group that I was looking after for years was going to disband, and I took the opportunity to resign from the agency as well. Currently, I set up a company that produces and runs a couple of YouTube channels. It's still a small company, but every day I'm working hard as a female CEO. And what fell into my lap at that time was...
Pardon me, my name is Yuta Satoishi, from Rookie Enterprises. Am I speaking with Miss Ituda, the CEO?
Yes, that's me. Thank you for coming here today.
Yes, thank you.
This was the man that was going to become my husband, Yuta Satoishi. That being said, at that time, I never could have imagined that I would have had that kind of relationship with Yuta. This business meeting was our very first time meeting. It turned out that Rookie Enterprises wanted to create a PR channel to advertise their own products. They were coming to me because they wanted me to produce the channel. They had prepared a very strong offer from the start, so the business meeting was held, and Yuta was the person placed in charge of handling work with me. But...
Good afternoon, this is Yuta Satoishi.
Yes, good afternoon. Is something the matter?
If you'd like, we could go out for dinner sometime.
What?
My boss told me about a really great restaurant, and I would love to go there with you.
I see.
Would it be okay if I made a reservation at MoniRobo restaurant at 5 p.m. this weekend?
Yes, sure.
Thank you very much. Well then, I'll send you all the details shortly.
What is going on here? Even if he was asking me on a date, he was way too bad at that. But also, how old is this kid? He definitely has to be younger than me. To a younger guy like him, I probably just look like an old lady nearing her 40s. So then, why? No, maybe this is just my own misunderstanding. Maybe the contract with me was his first proper contract signing, and he got too excited that his wheels are spinning. However, I soon found out that that was my misunderstanding.
Miss Ituda, are you married already?
No, I'm single. All I have ever done is work, truly.
Pardon me asking this, but may I ask how old you are?
I turned 38 this year.
I see. I'll be turning 28.
10 years younger is out. There's no way that's in. I could feel my heart being squeezed tighter and tighter. Just because I've been so busy that I've lost touch with men isn't an excuse to lay hands on a 28-year-old boy. I put on a serious face and decided to reject this situation. Would I be wrong to assume that perhaps you might like me, Mr. Satoishi?
I'm sorry, I wish I could have approached this better, but...
That's not a problem. It's just that you and I are 10 years apart. I don't really want to mention gender here, but perhaps if it was opposite, it may have worked. But for me, when the woman is older and the man is younger, I can't help but think that it wouldn't go well. As men get older, they tend to focus more and more on younger women. After working in the entertainment industry for many years, I know that all too well. The older female talents said that the younger guys were just good to mess around with, and I do believe they were right. Women will always be subjected to being told they look old, or that they're expired, and women get told this way more than men. And I don't have the confidence to walk around with a guy 10 years younger than me by my side. Plus, I have given up on having children. I'm at this age already. But you're still 28, right? You have plenty of time to meet wonderful people, and you can become a father. And I just can't rob you out of your future like this. Mr. Satoishi made a difficult face as he went quiet. I thought I may have said too much, but then suddenly, he raised his head and looked at me.
But that means you don't dislike me, right?
What?
What you're worried about is our age and kids and how it might look to the others, but that doesn't mean that you dislike me, right?
Well, I guess.
Well then, I'm gonna do my best so that you can fully believe that a 10-year age difference isn't gonna mean anything anymore.
That's your response?
Plus, 10 years isn't that big of a deal anyway. My parents have an 18-year age gap.
18?
Yeah, but my father passed away 3 years ago due to illness.
I see. I didn't know.
And that's when I thought that I would actually rather be the one to send off the person I love. So the fact that I'm 10 years younger means that there's a higher possibility for me to be the one to send you off, right?
I really don't think you should be saying that when you're trying to seduce a woman that you like.
Why not? What am I saying? That I'm prepared to spend the rest of my life with you until the very end?
What is wrong with this guy? But he was staring so directly at me that I realized there is no escaping this anymore, and... Alright, I will stop using our age gap as an excuse. But people have a lot of different preferences, so we can try dating, and if I think it's not going to work, then I'm going to dump you straight away.
Yes! Thank you so much. I promise I'll make you happy.
Were you even listening to what I just said? I started to spend time with Yuta after that, and everything felt fresh. Every Sunday, Yuta would drag me out of my mountains of work, and he would take me to all kinds of places in his car, from regular date spots like Hakone, Enoshima, Odaiba, even to places that younger people go, like the outlet malls and amusement parks. After working in the entertainment industry for so long, I thought I knew how society works. But a guy 10 years younger than me showed me how small and narrow my perspective really was.
Mari, come look at this. A little squat of tuna. It looks delicious.
People normally don't say it like that.
What? Sorry.
Yuta never made me feel our age difference. He was always naturally himself, and I found myself falling for him more and more. And then, a year and a half later, after we started trial dating, on my 40th birthday...
Mari, no matter how many years go by, you're the only one for me. I swear I'll never even peek at anyone other than you. So please, marry me.
Yes, I would love to. And so, at the age of 40, I was able to get married to Yuta. 3 years later, we were still in love and getting along great as a married couple. But there was just one little piece of trouble with being married to him. And that trouble began when I went to Yuta's family home to greet his mother for the first time.
Hey Mom, I'm home.
My Yuta, I've been waiting for you. Nice to meet you. My name is Mari Itoda. Yuta, I made sure to order your favorite sushi today. You're going to stay the night, right? Did she just ignore me?
Mom, I came here today in order to introduce you to Mari. This is Mari Itoda. Mari, this is my mother.
Oh, yeah, sure. What a bad vibe. I was shocked by greeting her. And more than anything, I was shocked by her appearance. Yuta's mom appeared to be very young. Of course, I'm sure she was doing all kinds of things to make herself look younger. But she was about 20 years younger than I had predicted. He did say that they were 18 years apart, but... Wait, if Yuta is 30 years old right now... Wait a minute. Even if she did give birth early, it would be at least 20 years old, right? So does that make her 50? Nice to meet you. I'm Yuta's mother, Umeko. I gave birth to Yuta at 16, so you know I'm 46 right now. Aren't you shocked at how young I am? I get that a lot. 46? I'm closer in age to his mom than I am to Yuta. What? But also, why didn't Yuta tell me his mom's age before? Wouldn't you normally care? Isn't that our number one point of concern? Perhaps Yuta quickly realized that I was going into a mini panic.
Mari, I'm sorry. I just don't think about the age much and I'd forgotten to tell you. That's important to women, isn't it? I'm sorry.
What's the matter? I mean, how old is this person anyway?
Age doesn't matter much anyway, does it? Mari is the kind of person that I want to marry.
You can say that, but it's still important, isn't it?
Anyway, we shouldn't stand around and talk. Let's continue this inside.
No, you need to say it now, right here. I am 40 years old. Excuse me? I turned 40 this year, and this is my first marriage. As soon as I said that, Miss Umeko opened her eyes wide open, and... What? 40? Oh, please, I'm only 6 years apart from you. There's a huge boomerang stabbing you. Are you okay? Oh no, absolutely no way. You're 40, right? What are you gonna do about kids? There's no way I'm going to approve of that. Yuta needs to have a young and cute wife, and I need to see my grandchildren. I had a lot of difficulty with her personality, but perhaps what she was saying was correct, because I used to think the exact same thing. I thought that I might be able to get past it with Yuta, but if his mother was against it, then there was nothing we could do. I was so upset that my eyes started to tear up, but then Yuta grabbed my hand and held it tightly.
I'm not getting married to make you happy, Mom. I'm getting married because I want to go through life together with Mari.
Yuta. Hey, Yuta, you need to wait. Let's talk about this, okay? You're just being fooled by this woman.
If you're not gonna approve of this marriage, then that's fine. Because the woman I want to care for the most in this world isn't you, Mom. It's Mari.
How dare you say such a thing to your own parent?
Because if I just bow down to you here, that means I'm hurting Mari, and I would never do such a thing. If you're not gonna approve of this marriage, then I'm never gonna come back to this house, okay? Let's go, Mari.
Wait, Yuta. You stop right there! Yuta? Yuta, where do you think you're going? Yuta completely ignored his mother's calls and got into the car as he quickly drove away. A few minutes of an awkward silence later, Yuta finally opened his mouth.
Mari, I'm really sorry about my mother. I don't know why she would say something so terrible.
That just shows how important you are to her. There is some logic to what she was saying. Any parent would normally want their child to get married and have a family and be happy.
But I don't need normal. As long as I can be with you, Mari, that's all I need. Are you planning on taking my mother's words to heart and breaking up with me?
Yuta's face was extremely sad as he asked me. When I saw his face, I knew in my heart. Of course not. No matter what anybody says, I would choose this life with you, Yuta. I'm going to try my best so that you don't look elsewhere. I'm looking forward to the rest of my life with you.
Thank you, Mari. Alright, I gotta contact someone that will be our witness on the wedding papers. And let's go and submit them to the word office.
And so, we had our colleague and friend become our witness. And that day we submitted our marriage certificate and became a married couple. Ever since then, I haven't seen Miss Umeko, not once. But apparently, she is always contacting Yuta, and every time he goes back home to see her, he comes back looking exhausted. When I asked him what happened back home, he says,
You're the last person I can tell. If I tell you, your ears will rot.
And he stubbornly refuses to tell me. I can only imagine that he has to hear quite a lot of bashing of me. Even still, Yuta continues to protect me. I am truly so happy that I was able to marry somebody this loving and serious. Then one day, we were blessed with some happy news.
Mari, I'm gonna get promoted.
Really? Congrats! That's amazing!
Wow, now maybe I can finally be on your level.
What are you talking about? You're the one that's always supporting me. More importantly, we need to celebrate. I'll find a good restaurant.
Thank you, Mari. Having you celebrate with me is what makes me the happiest.
In between work, I tried to find a restaurant that Yuta would really like, and I was on cloud 9. However, I didn't expect that that cloud would be destroyed in just 1 week.
Mari, I have something I want to talk to you about.
What's the matter?
My mom is insisting that she wants to attend my promotion dinner.
Oh, jeez. Seriously?
I told my mom about the promotion, but then she said that she wants to celebrate with me. I told her I was gonna go and celebrate with you so that I would pass, but then she started saying that she would definitely take a seat at the celebration.
You thought that she might come back down if you told her I would be there, didn't you?
Yes?
Well, I would think the same thing, but I guess she wanted to celebrate you that badly.
Well, what should we do?
Well, it's fine. Let's eat together this time.
Are you sure?
It's fine. Leave it to me. I've been thinking I wanted to save you from the hell of having to defend me all the time.
Mari? Wow, okay, we're having barbecue.
If we're going to celebrate you, Yuta, I thought meat was the way to go, I said, as we were waiting outside of the restaurant. Yuta, sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, jeez. I was seeing Miss Umeko for the first time in 3 years, and she had become even more over the top than before. 3 years since I met her means that she's currently 49 years old. According to Yuta, when Miss Umeko was younger, she was working in the entertainment industry as a 16-year-old young mom talent. When he mentioned it, she did look a little bit familiar. Because of that, of course, she cared very much about her appearance. And I think she looks even younger than a normal 49-year-old. But that miniskirt does seem way too short. There are ways to show off your beauty that are more age-appropriate. My entertainment industry mind was screaming on the inside, but I held it in. Well then, shall we go inside?
Yeah, let's. I can wait.
I'm going to grill all the meat for you, Yuta. That's because I know better than anybody how you like it cooked. I already knew that I was going to get ignored, but it was so obvious that it was starting to get more amusing. We walked in and sat down. We selected our course, and right as I called over the waiter to give our order, "Oh, excuse me. The loin, kalbi, and salted beef tongue. 2 plates each. Also, 2 bowls of rice and 2 bowls of soup and 1 plate of kimchi." Miss Umeko finished the order swiftly, and she didn't give us any opportunity to add a word in. What she ordered was very clearly for 2 people. She must have no intention of letting me eat anything. And then, when the order arrived to the table, "For someone that's unemployed like you, kimchi should be more than enough," she said, as she shoved the single plate of kimchi in front of me. Well, let's just let her have her way right now. However, there is one word that I couldn't ignore. What do you mean by unemployed? What? Because you're not working, are you? And what exactly made you think that I'm not working? Because I was worried about Yuta, so I was checking Yuta's house morning and night, and the light is on endlessly. If you're at home all the time, that means you're not working, right? I seriously can't believe it. Hearing Miss Umeko's words, I felt a chill run down my spine. I locked eyes with Yuta in silence, but I could tell Yuta didn't know about this either, and his face was completely pale. About what you just said, I actually work from home, so I am not unemployed. Excuse me? Any work you can do from home is basically the same level as being unemployed. Yuta, it's not too late. I'm telling you, you need to get a divorce. Isn't it enough for you to have been able to be married to a great guy like Yuta for 3 years? You can live the rest of your life on that memory. Saying that, Miss Umeko continued to cook the meat for 2 people and placed it piece by piece on Yuta's plate. I quietly stood up. Is that so? Well then, I will be excusing myself now. Yeah, please do. Someone so useless shouldn't have been sitting down and celebrating with us anyway. Come on, let's go, Yuta.
All right.
What? But why? Yuta, you and I can celebrate together. No, I actually have a monthly salary of $30,000, so I have already reserved a much more high-end barbecue restaurant. We just came here because you insisted on joining us, so I had no choice. As I said that, I saw all the color drain from Miss Umeko's face. Her mouth started moving, but no words were coming out.
By the way, I wasn't lying when I said she's a CEO. Mari used to be a manager at a talent agency. She took that experience to set up a few YouTube channels, and she made every single one succeed. The reason why I met Mari in the first place was to ask her to produce our company's channel, and thanks to Mari making it a success, I was praised at work, and that's also why I was able to get this promotion.
How? This was your last opportunity. Whether you like me or not, if you were going to at least treat me normally, even if it was just on the surface, I was going to explain the situation to you before we change restaurants. But instead, you belittled me, called me unemployed, and once again suggested divorce. So there will be no more mercy anymore. Wait a minute. Let's talk about this, right? Please? That's unfair. Why were you hiding that you were earning so much? Isn't that right, Yuta?
Every time I would try to talk about Mari, you would just continuously bash her, and that would be the end of it. And not only that, but every single time it was the same template. But of course, because you only look at Mari for her age and don't listen, you don't have anything else you can bash her for, right? Mari told me that she could talk to you by herself today, so she asked me to stay quiet, and that's why I was just listening. But I can't hold it in any longer. I can't forgive you for stalking our house either, and I will never see you ever again.
Come on, we can all talk this out together at the next high-end restaurant, right? Come on, yesterday's enemy is today's friend, as they say, right? I have no idea what you're saying. Now, if you'll excuse us. I left money on the table and quickly left the restaurant with Yuta. Of course, she came chasing after us, but we had already asked the restaurant employees to stop her if she tried to get in the way of us leaving, so we were smoothly able to move to the next restaurant. This place had proper security too, so even if Miss Umeko found us, it wouldn't be possible for her to get inside. Well then, finally, congratulations to you, Yuta, on your promotion!
Cheers!
After that, in order to fully get rid of Miss Umeko, we decided to move from the house that we were living in to a high-rise apartment building. We also changed our cell phone numbers, so I'm sure we won't see her again. I later heard from a friend of mine who runs a few YouTube channels that a crazy old lady made her debut, so I had to look at that channel, and I was shocked that Miss Umeko had started her own channel called Young Mama 49. However, everything she was doing was to criticize women in their early 40s, and the comments section was blazing with people telling her to go look in the mirror. Well, it was none of my business anymore anyway. There are some people in this world who become more beautiful as they get older, and plus, women will be women no matter what age we become. It's great to find ways to chase after beauty that is fitting for that age, and it's also great to just naturally age and let yourself be. But her ugliness comes from none other than her ugliness on the inside. Using Miss Umeko as an example of what not to do, I hope to maintain myself so that I can remain a wife that Yuta is proud of.